Caroline Feraday is there for us. And Caroline, what's the book all about?
Well, it's another one of his madcap adventures. Dave Gorman gets into all these kind of crazy situations. He cycled across the UK, performed stand-up every night, and of course, as you mentioned, Polly, he went around the world looking for his namesakes, other Dave Gormans, including this guy who sort of nearly qualifies.
Okay. Everyone you ever meet calls you Dave Gorman by accident.
They do. They don't
okay.
understand it.
You want to be a part of my brotherhood?
Desperately.
Okay. Now, I think we've made a convincing case for Dave Gorman to count. Bear in mind that if he counts as a Dave Gorman, my quest is over and the rest of my life can begin.
This book is called Dave Gorman versus the World, and it started, as you said, after he asked his followers on the social networking site Twitter if they would like to play a game.
It's a whimsical title. I wasn't taking on everyone in the whole wide world, or you'd all know about it already, wouldn't you? Because I would have taken you on. I was playing games. I just basically used Twitter and said, who wants to play a game? Lots of people said they did, so I went out and played them. But
it wasn't your regular games, was it? It wasn't like, let's go and play soccer in the park?
No, although I would quite happily have done that also. I was playing some games people expect, like Monopoly and Scrabble and things like that came up, but there were all other games I've never heard of before. There's a game called Ket, which shouldn't be called Ket, because Ket sounds meaningless. If they called it Egyptian laser chess, you'd be excited by it. And that's what it should be called. It's basically, it is an Egyptian-themed game. It is a bit like chess, and it does involve real lasers. And that's kind of exciting. And then there were lots of kind of regional games. So there's a game in Lewis, you know, just up the road, which is called Toad in the Hole. And it's basically only played in Lewis. It's played in little bits of the world apart from that. But
now, there's a lot of things that only go on in Lewis.
There are, yes. They like, if they could build a moat, they would. But it's, I love those sort of little things where you go, oh, these people really own this game. This is their part of the world, and they're proud of it, and they're going to fight for it. There's another one in Cornwall called Smite, which I played. Both in Lewis and in St Neots, Cornwall, I played the world champion at their game. Which is just what a great thing to be able to do at any sport, any game. It's ridiculous, but fun.
I took on the world champion once of scissor, paper, stone, and I beat him.
OK, do you want to go?
OK.
OK, 1, 2, 3. It's a
useless.
draw. It's a draw.
It was a draw. There's always a kind of weird random adventure involved in the things that you do. Is that deliberate, or you just stumble into these things?
I hear those questions from people, and I always think, isn't everyone's life a series of random adventures? Isn't that what we all do?
I've never gone around the world looking for my namesake.
No, but you have lived a random life, because everyone does. And I don't do it thinking, I'll write a book about this. When I sent that first tweet, I was only thinking, maybe someone will want to play a game with me today or tomorrow. I wasn't thinking about the next few months of my life, or that I would then write a book about it.
I can't believe we drew at scissor, paper, stone. How boring. He's just starting reading from that book behind me this evening, but he's done so much in the past, including writing for Mrs Merton and, of course, the Radio 4 show Genius as well. I asked him what he'd be doing next, and he said that he would try and build that moat around Lewis. And to be honest with you, after meeting him, wouldn't put it past him.
We'll hold him to that. Thanks very much, Caroline.